abs.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're looking at the most eye-popping practical effects in both Beetlejuice movies. Spoilers ahead for anyone who hasn't yet caught the sequel. Number 10. Beetlejuice Baby. Beetlejuice. Tim Burton knew that if Beetlejuice was gonna recapture the original's magic, it had to feel handmade.
He wanted to get that feeling back where he was just so free to express himself and his amazing ideas.
Thus, the filmmakers employed practical effects whenever possible. A standout scene sees Beetlejuice conduct a therapy session.
Beetlejuice!
Feel free to express yourselves. Don't be afraid.
Lydia and Rory have little to say, but Beetlejuice spills his guts, literally and practically. The scene stealer, though, is a Beetlejuice baby that Lydia immaculately births. According to Burton, we went to a toy store and bought some dolls and cut them up. We obviously sculpted the thing, but we truly took basically a baby from the store and put some wires on it and moved it around.
To be able to work with, like, for example, that Beetlejuice Baby was like an incredible piece of not just art, but also machinery and engineering.
Already inspiring merchandise, the Hellspawn is sure to become a popular Halloween decoration and a reminder about the miracle of contraception. Number 9. Levitating Lydia. Beetlejuice. How do you end a movie as random as Beetlejuice? By having Winona Ryder levitate above a staircase of ghostly football players set to jump in the line, of course.
Shake, 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 Sinora, shake your body liner. Shake, 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 Sinora, shake it all the time.
Mirrors were used to give the dancing athletes a ghostly appearance, while Lydia was lifted using hidden wires. Although it looks like Ryder is having the time of her life rocking out with the dead, the finale wasn't the most comfortable to shoot. According to the film's art director Tom Duffield, Ryder, quote, hated being in the rig that pulled her off the ground.
I know Winona hated being in this rig. It was very painful. She told me that.
Funny to think that in one of the few scenes Lydia experiences pure joy, Ryder was ready for the scene to wrap already. We guess that's what you call tragic irony.
Okay, I believe you, jump in the line. Rock your body, child.
Number 8. Exorcism and a Wedding. Beetlejuice. Just about everything in this wild climax was practically executed.
Barbara?
Stop it!
Due to the lighting, creature designer Robert Short says that some people assume the shriveled up bride and groom are green, although they're actually white.
And the reality is that they were white.
The decrepit Adam and Barbara were brought to life, or death, using makeup and puppet effects. Beetlejuice's carousel look was filmed in real time, while Delia's art comes alive through the wonders of stop motion. The actor inside the preacher costume is none other than Tony Cox, who you might recognize from Bad Santa.
Now put on your hat and get out there. And try that professional, for Christ's sake.
Originally, the crew devised a functional zipper to seal Barbara's lips, although it didn't quite work because of Gina Davis's makeup.
Beetlejuice!
Despite being silenced, Barbara gets the last word with a sandworm. More on that later. Number 7. Scary Faces. Beetlejuice. Deciding to scare the Dietz family away themselves, Adam and Barbara show Juno the caseworker their best scary faces.
I'll go first, honey.
Despite being newly deceased, both have some twisted looks in their repertoires. Adam stretches out his face and gives his fingertips eyeballs. Barbara opens her mouth about as wide as it can go, although she can still see with her mechanical eyes. These hilariously nightmare-inducing faces were realized through a mix of practical techniques, including sculptures and replacement animation. The designs came from Tim Burton himself. The crew considered alternatives that would have seen the couple distort their faces in a few different directions. Burton settled on just having these two faces, however. Probably for the best, as this scene was already skin-crawling enough.
Okay, you look great. Now, go clean house. And don't forget the photographs and the damned handbook.
Number 6. Shrimp Hands. Beetlejuice. We'll never look at a shrimp cocktail the same way again. It might not be a practical phobia, although the practical effects here are still gripping. Under each table setting was a crew member, armed with a shrimp glove. Fitting several people into that compact space was one thing. Coordinating everybody to get the timing right was another.
Everybody got really friendly under that table, to say the least.
Since the crew couldn't always see where their hands were going, actor Dick Cavett suggested they shoot the scene in reverse, which is precisely what they ended up doing. The set was initially a few feet smaller, but since Burton wanted the chairs to fall back, more room had to be made so the actors wouldn't hit the walls. This scene's technical challenges were anything but shrimpy. Number 5. Afterlife Ghosts, Beetlejuice and Beetlejuice. In the Afterlife waiting room, Adam and Barbara encounter netherworldly residents like the Charred Man.
You want a cigarette?
Oh, no, thank you.
I'm trying to cut down myself.
While his body was puppeteered, a real person provided his burnt-up head. The Roadkill Man also had a real actor named Carmen Philby inside a flattened suit.
Maitland, proud of you too. Take your handbook and go to the 6th door.
Oh, we forgot our handbook.
Come on.
Those severed legs that Beetlejuice interacts with belong to Lena Giesica, Tim Burton's romantic partner at the time. Speaking of Burton's love interests, Beetlejuice features Monica Bellucci as Dolores, a soul-sucking bride stitched together with practical magic. The sequel's scene stealers have got to be the shrunken head guys like Bob. Each of them has somebody inside operating things. With a combination of makeup, costumes, animatronics, and puppetry, the ghosts in both of these movies are anything but transparent.
Adam, is this what happens when you die?
This is what happens when you die. That is what happens when he dies. And that is what happens when they die.
Number 4. Headless Adam, Beetlejuice. A fake skull was made for the scene where Barbara rips her face off. When that fails to scare the Dietz family, the Maitlands try separating Adam's head from his body.
Ugh, deliver me from L.L. Bean.
It doesn't get a reaction from Delia or Otho, but it certainly grabbed our attention. Initially, we merely see Gina Davis holding a prop head. For the instances where Adam's head talks, though, Alec Baldwin had to kneel behind a black show card around his chin.
Oh, honey, this is not working out at
Charles,
all.
I will not stop.
Makeup artist V. Neal says that she still has the neck piece that Baldwin used.
We glued that prosthetic on his neck. I still have one. It's kind of hard as a rock now, but I still have it.
As for Adam's running body, Baldwin simply bent his head forward with a prosthetic on his shoulders. A torso puppet was also utilized for some of the more complex shots.
Did you feel something?
When?
Number 3. The ghost with the most makeup, Beetlejuice and Beetlejuice. The original film won the Oscar for Best Makeup. It's safe to say that Beetlejuice himself played the most significant role in this victory.
All right, let's get down to business. You're right. I got a card around here somewhere. Here. Who do I have to kill?
While V. Neal wanted the titular character to fit in with the world they were crafting, she also felt he should stand out. Neal distinguished the title character with a pale yellow skin tone and dark cartoony circles around his eyes.
I'm feeling a little, anxious, if you know what I mean.
Bald caps were made daily, and Michael Keaton's wig was dyed several times until they got the dirty look right. Keaton suggested giving the character a broken nose. Assistant Steve Laporte had a pair of prosthetic swollen lips, putting one on each side of Keaton's nose. Since the makeup already made Keaton appear older, Beetlejuice aged gracefully in the sequel.
Thank you all for coming to this special occasion, but right now would like a little privacy.
Number 2. Sandworms, Beetlejuice and Beetlejuice. When Robert Short read the script for Beetlejuice, he thought the Sandworms would look like something out of Dune. Short was pleasantly surprised when he saw a maquette by effects consultant Rick Heinrichs, which gave a sandworm black and white stripes, blue lips, and another head inside its mouth. The filmmakers turned to stop motion for the sandworms, although rod puppets and larger models would be employed as well. The sandworms make a comeback in Beetlejuice, remaining faithful to their practical roots. The set was practical as well. Jenna Ortega and Winona Ryder ran on a soundstage with a giant fan blowing and sand pockets popping out. Ortega could feel the ground moving as if an actual sandworm was after them.
Dream to work with the Sandworms. That was arguably my favorite part. But, I mean, they're such sweet guys, and I love them all.
Yeah.
Bits.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The Snake, Beetlejuice. The snake from Beetlejuice still slithers its way into our nightmares. The revolting reptile is only made scarier knowing that it was done practically with stop motion and a giant snake head. As if the mechanics behind the snake weren't complicated enough, the filmmakers had to shoot the sequence multiple times. At first, the creature's head resembled an actual snake.
So basically, we had built and designed the head before V had solidified what Beetlejuice was actually going to look like.
Burton hadn't yet decided who would play Beetlejuice, eyeing Sammy Davis Jr. for the role. They filmed the scene, which originally featured the snake French kissing Catherine O'Hara. Once Michael Keaton was brought on board and his makeup was perfected, the filmmakers decided that the snake should look more like the titular trickster. The head was redesigned, with some of the initial props sadly going unused.
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice! Oh, no!
Which practical effect scared you the most? Are you eager to see more behind-the-scenes Beetlejuice footage in documentary for the recently deceased? Let us know in the comments.
Is that a real fly? How did they train that fly to do that? Oh, no. It's a puppet, isn't it?
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.